a rep that they're seeing from somebody, from some other company. Now, I would say what's coming to mind in this sale to me is I would build what I kind of call a cheat sheet for the customer. Leave all the questions you want them to ask the competition salesperson. It's a great technique for selling. When you have competition in sales, you write a single-page document of all the things we know we're getting miseducation on out there and things that are trying to kill our buzz out there. And now you write a document, that's fine. I'm totally fine with you asking those questions. I want to see how fine the GE person is when you ask them my questions. They'll never be able to stand up to that questioning. Yes?
There's one other objection, I don't know if you got down, that the competitor uses against us, which is the cost to construct the room to put the upright in is more expensive than to put the conventional build-out cost.
Right, the build-out cost.
Yeah, I don't know if you got that right.
It's a necessary evil. For you to get the best of the best, these are things that need to be done. This is the way the technology was developed, this is the way the advantages of the technology were developed, and this is the way it has to be done.
Was that answer tailor-made for that argument, or have you used that before?
I use it for lots of things.
It sounded like you had it right there in front.
Closing to me is an almost natural thing, and I think when you become polished, and the reason practicing the way you're going to go out there and having it so defined is that answers should come to you that quickly. And that really is an objection and rebuttal. I practice with people. I would say, I know we've all diffused and talked about these kinds of objections, but role-playing, for example, with two people is a fabulous way of perfecting your closing skills. Because any hesitation in a closing situation, you're the investor, I hesitate to answer. What does that immediately do to you psychologically? There's a doubt there. But if I can, that's right, but if I can immediately start talking, even if I'm thinking and I'm developing my answer, but I have a good enough answer tucked away in my mind with the visual motor rehearsal of practicing, and the mind knows what you're doing, and then you do it practically. I think closing is all about being sharp and debating things and studying and things that can make your mind quicker and sharper if you can put it out there immediately. When I close, if I don't have the answer, I wouldn't go out trying to close. And if you do run into something you don't have the answer to, you have the man to ask. Don't go any further in a presentation where you have to use the words, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with using the words, I don't know. Because actually it makes you a little bit humble in the eyes of the prospect. Some guys do it intentionally. I know sales reps that are out there that call their technical department on every single appointment, just to show that they're there in the background, and I can get an answer to something I don't know immediately. That's the kind of company we are.
Doesn't that always also help you make the second call sometimes?
The what to make the second call?
Come back with some information.
No, don't come back with information. Don't leave without giving them everything they've asked. Coming back with information means that you can't close. Only thinking about closing. You're going to have to come back, but make that an appointment, not that you're going to get them additional information other than maybe financial information. Putting the actual deal together. The truth is, I would hold back if at all possible, if it was going to take a second appointment to close. At all cost, I would try not to give the price.
Are you saying you think we can close in one call?
On the closing call. You can't do it on one single call.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No.
You know, I thought we were talking about just making a sales call.
Right. But you're saying leading into going to a second appointment is to bring them back the answer to a question that you don't have the answer to now. That does not build credibility. It's better for you to pick up the phone and say to somebody, an interesting question comes up, I hadn't heard it before, I think I know the answer, but I didn't want to answer out of turn, so I figured I'd call and get the answer for you. That's a credibility builder to an investor.
Would you agree with the following? In order to be a good salesman,
Yeah.
you need to know four things.
Yeah.
One, be prepared before the call.
Yep.
That means your briefcase has to have the literature, the quote, the testimonial for the product.
Yep.
Second, when you interview the customer, before you go in, you should write yourself out a set of questions what you want to find out from the customer. And you interview where you give him time to talk, to find out what he is looking for.
Yep.
What is he a businessman? Is he a doctor? What does he want to store? Okay, that's number two. Number three, set the appointment to follow up. And number four, which is the most important thing, territorial time coverage. So when you get up in the morning, you have a plan where you're going to go. You don't go like this.
Yeah.
So you can see more customers.
Yeah.
If you train yourself with this, you can be a good salesman.
Yeah.
A great salesman asks for the order.
Right. A great salesman asks for the order every single time. That is a big difference between the two. And those steps are really my system. That's the way the system is written. Yeah, he's ready. He must have. I might have gotten it from him. But that's really that we think very. That's right. That's right. We think very much alike in the sale. That I think the vast majority of sales are made up in the warm-up and the questionnaire. Not even the presentation of the product yet. I think most sales you could make in your mind, you'll know you have the sale by the end of the questionnaire. It's that easy.
You know how to qualify.
That's correct.
You don't know how to qualify.
Yes.
What did you say about the price earlier? Just about a few minutes ago, you said something about.
I would hold the price as long as you possibly can. In any sale, I would hold the price as long as you can. You know why? That's a definite.